In 1787, the original Constitution was crafted, yet it lacked explicit protections for individual rights. This omission sparked concerns about potential government overreach. Without clear safeguards, the balance between federal power and personal freedom seemed precarious. This foundational issue set the stage for a crucial dialogue about the need for a Bill of Rights. Understanding these initial concerns is vital as we explore how the Constitution evolved to protect the freedoms we hold dear today. Join us as we delve into the origins of these pivotal amendments. In the early days of our nation, the idea of a powerful central government sparked concern among the states. Without a Bill of Rights, many feared that the new federal government might infringe upon individual liberties. The debate was intense as states grappled with the need for guaranteed rights to safeguard their citizens. This period of uncertainty underscored the necessity of embedding explicit protections within the Constitution, setting the stage for the creation of the Bill of Rights to preserve personal freedoms. Amidst the intense debate over individual rights, James Madison emerged as a pivotal figure. Recognizing the need for explicit protections, he proposed the Bill of Rights, laying the foundation for safeguarding liberties. By 1791, his vision was realized with the ratification of the first 10 amendments, forever changing the Constitution. Madison's foresight ensured that the new government would respect and protect citizens' freedoms, marking a significant step in the evolution of American democracy. His contributions underscore the enduring importance of individual rights. Amendments serve as vital instruments for the Constitution's adaptability. They represent formal changes that allow this foundational document to evolve with the times, ensuring it remains relevant and effective in addressing society's needs. Through amendments, the Constitution gains the flexibility to incorporate new ideas and protections, reflecting the shifting values and priorities of the nation. This adaptability is crucial, empowering the Constitution to meet contemporary challenges while preserving its core principles, thus maintaining its role as a living document responsive to the people's will. Amendments are the lifeline that keep the Constitution aligned with the pulse of society. They reflect our evolving values and ensure that essential rights are safeguarded. As society progresses, so must our foundational laws. By adapting through amendments, the Constitution remains a living document, relevant to each generation. These changes not only protect individual freedoms, but also empower the nation to grow and respond to new challenges, underscoring the Constitution's ability to evolve while maintaining its core principles. Understanding the amendment process is crucial to grasping how our Constitution adapts and evolves. This process begins with a proposal, which requires a significant 2/3 majority in Congress or a national convention. Once proposed, the amendment must then be ratified by 3/4 of the state legislatures. This rigorous path is intentionally designed to ensure that any change to the Constitution reflects a broad consensus across the nation. The difficulty of this process underscores the importance of each amendment, as it requires agreement from both federal and state levels. By demanding such consensus, the amendment process ensures that only well-supported changes become a part of the Constitution, safeguarding the rights and freedoms it enshrines. As we reach the climax of our exploration, the Bill of Rights stands as a monumental symbol of freedom and protection. These first 10 amendments not only safeguard our individual liberties, but also set clear boundaries on government power. They exemplify how amendments have the profound ability to enshrine personal freedoms into the very fabric of our nation. Through these rights, citizens are empowered to speak freely, worship as they choose, and seek justice under the law. The Bill of Rights is more than just a historical document. It is a living testament to the enduring power of amendments to preserve and protect our freedoms against potential overreach. By limiting governmental authority, it ensures that the core values of democracy remain intact, serving as a cornerstone for future generations to build upon and cherish. The Constitution stands as a living document, evolving through amendments to tackle new challenges and protect our freedoms. Each amendment serves as a testament to our nation's ability to adapt, ensuring that the principles of liberty and justice remain steadfast. This adaptability keeps the Constitution relevant, allowing it to meet the needs of each generation while safeguarding the rights. As we reflect on its history, we see a blueprint for progress, promising that our fundamental rights will endure, no matter the challenges ahead. As we conclude, let's reflect on the amendment process, a cornerstone of our democracy. It strikes a delicate balance between change and stability, ensuring our Constitution evolves while safeguarding the freedoms established by the Bill of Rights. This process is not just a mechanism for change, but a testament to our commitment to preserving individual liberties. By understanding and engaging with this process, we honor the foresight of our founders and continue the legacy of protecting rights for future generations. Let's embrace this living document and its enduring promise of freedom. The Second Amendment of the U.S. Bill of Rights protects the right of the people to keep and bear arms. It states, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." Hello everyone, welcome back to APTV. Today we're diving into one of the most significant elements of the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights. These first 10 amendments guarantee our fundamental freedoms, but our exploration doesn't stop there. We'll also examine how later amendments expanded and refined these rights, shaping the freedoms we enjoy today. After the U.S. Constitution was drafted in 1787, there was widespread concern among many states. They feared it granted too much power to the federal government and lacked sufficient protection for individual rights. In response, anti-federalists pushed for a list of guaranteed freedoms to shield citizens from government overreach. The Bill of Rights establishes essential protections that limit the power of the federal government. Let's delve into some of its key amendments. The First Amendment protects 5 essential freedoms: religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. The Second Amendment safeguards the right to bear arms, allowing citizens to own and use firearms for self-defense and other lawful purposes. The Fourth Amendment guards against unreasonable searches and seizures, requiring law enforcement to obtain a warrant based on probable cause before conducting searches. The Fifth Amendment offers several protections for those accused of crimes, including the right against self-incrimination, protection from double jeopardy, and the guarantee of due process. Each of these amendments, along with others in the Bill of Rights, provides fundamental protections, setting clear boundaries for government authority and ensuring personal freedoms. The Bill of Rights has profoundly impacted American law and society. It safeguards freedoms like expression and fair trials that we often take for granted. Moreover, these amendments guide the courts in protecting individual rights and preventing government overreach. While the Bill of Rights laid the foundation for American liberties, later amendments expanded and refined these rights. Here are a few significant amendments that followed. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery in 1865, making it illegal to own or enslave others. The 14th Amendment established that all people born or naturalized in the U.S. are citizens and are entitled to equal protection under the law, significantly expanding civil rights protections. The 15th Amendment guaranteed voting rights regardless of race, color, or previous condition of servitude, marking a crucial step in the fight for racial equality. The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote in 1920, extending voting rights to half of the population and advancing gender equality. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age from 21 to 18 in 1971, empowering more young people to participate in elections and have a voice in government decisions. These amendments reflect America's commitment to expanding freedoms and addressing issues of equality and justice as society evolves. The Bill of Rights and later amendments demonstrate that the Constitution is a living document capable of adapting to societal changes. Through amendments, our Constitution has evolved to ensure that more Americans have their rights protected. In summary, the Bill of Rights established a foundation of freedoms that has shaped American democracy. Later amendments have built on this foundation, ensuring that individual rights are protected and expanded for future generations. Understanding the Bill of Rights and the amendments that followed helps us appreciate the protections we have today and underscores the importance of preserving them. Thanks for watching, and remember that knowing your rights is key to being an engaged citizen.
The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution is a cornerstone of American law, sparking debates across centuries. At its core, it enshrines the right to bear arms. But what does that mean today? From Congress to the Supreme Court, interpretations have varied, creating a complex legal tapestry. In this video, we unravel these intricacies, examining the foundational aspects of the Second Amendment and its enduring relevance. We'll explore whether the right it confers is an individual freedom or a collective safeguard. As we navigate through history and law, we'll uncover how this amendment has been interpreted over time and its implications for modern America. Join us as we delve into key issues fueling discussions, from regulatory limits to the types of firearms protected, aiming to provide a deeper understanding of this debated element of the U.S. Constitution. The Second Amendment's interpretation has long been a subject of intense debate, focusing on individual versus collective rights. The central question is whether the amendment protects an individual's right to own firearms or ensures the security of state militias. Proponents of individual rights argue that the Second Amendment guarantees personal gun ownership, emphasizing self-defense and liberty. This perspective gained traction with the landmark Supreme Court case, District of Columbia v. Heller in 2008, affirming an individual's right to possess a firearm for lawful purposes. Conversely, the collective rights viewpoint contends the amendment was designed to maintain well-regulated militias, crucial for state security. Advocates of this interpretation highlight the historical context, arguing the focus was on organized military forces. Both interpretations carry profound implications for the gun control debate. Understanding these perspectives is essential for grasping the complexities of the Second Amendment, as each side presents compelling arguments rooted in historical, legal, and cultural contexts. This ongoing discourse reflects the nation's evolving values and priorities. In the ongoing debate over the Second Amendment, regulating gun ownership remains contentious. This debate grapples with a fundamental question: how far can regulations go while respecting constitutional rights? Balancing public safety with individual freedoms is delicate and often controversial. Over the years, various laws have been proposed and enacted to address the complexities of gun ownership in modern society. These measures often spark intense discussions about their scope and effectiveness. Some advocate for stringent controls to prevent gun violence and enhance public safety, while others argue such measures infringe upon constitutional rights. The challenge lies in finding a middle ground where regulations are robust enough to protect citizens, yet flexible enough to honor the Second Amendment. This balancing act requires careful consideration of both historical contexts and contemporary realities. Ultimately, how can we craft regulations that respect constitutional rights while effectively addressing public safety? As this debate unfolds, it remains a pivotal aspect of the broader conversation surrounding gun rights and responsibilities in the United States. The Second Amendment's scope extends beyond the right to bear arms, delving into the controversy of which firearms are protected. A critical question is whether it covers military-grade weapons. Supporters argue that the right includes all types of firearms, suggesting restrictions could infringe upon constitutional rights. Opponents contend military-grade weapons pose significant risks to public safety and should not be universally accessible. This debate is further complicated by evolving interpretations of what constitutes arms as technological advancements outpace historical definitions. The controversy over military-grade weapons exemplifies broader challenges in balancing individual rights with collective safety. As we explore this issue, it becomes evident that the debate over which arms are protected is about legal definitions and societal values. This discussion reflects the dynamic nature of constitutional interpretation and its impact on American life. In the next segment, we will examine how background checks and ownership restrictions shape gun rights in the United States. In the ongoing gun rights debate, background checks and ownership restrictions are pivotal. These measures are seen as crucial tools for ensuring public safety while respecting the Second Amendment. But how do they fit within the constitutional framework? Background checks aim to prevent firearms from falling into the wrong hands, acting as safeguards against potential misuse. They filter out individuals who may pose a threat, adding security to the gun purchasing process. Yet this raises questions about balancing individual rights and collective safety. Ownership restrictions further complicate the landscape, determining who can own a firearm and under what circumstances. Critics argue these restrictions infringe upon personal freedoms, while proponents highlight their necessity in a modern society. As we evaluate these elements, we must consider their alignment with the Second Amendment's intent. Are these measures a reasonable compromise, or do they overstep constitutional boundaries? This segment delves into these critical questions, seeking to understand the delicate balance it explores. The interpretation of the Second Amendment has been profoundly shaped by landmark Supreme Court cases, notably District of Columbia v. Heller in 2008 and McDonald v. City of Chicago in 2010. In the Heller decision, the court affirmed that the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to possess a firearm for lawful purposes, such as self-defense within the home. This ruling marked a pivotal moment, recognizing personal gun ownership as a constitutional right. 2 years later, the McDonald case extended the implications of Heller by incorporating the Second Amendment against state and local governments through the 14th Amendment. This means that the right to bear arms is not only a federal guarantee, but one that applies across all states, ensuring uniformity in interpreting gun rights. These decisions have sparked significant debate, influencing gun legislation and the ongoing dialogue about balancing individual freedoms and public safety. As we conclude our exploration of the Second Amendment, it's clear the debate is ongoing and evolving. From individual versus collective rights to the types of arms protected, discussions remain dynamic. Landmark Supreme Court cases like Heller and McDonald have set precedents, yet questions linger about future interpretations. As society changes, so will the legal landscape surrounding this pivotal constitutional right. The implications for future legal interpretations are vast and uncertain, underscoring the importance of continued dialogue and analysis. The conversation is far from over, and understanding these complexities is crucial for shaping the future of gun rights in America.